Hey guys, welcome back. It's time to take a look at Strange Adventures. You guys have been letting me know, hey, Rattle, I think this is a scam, and I would have to agree with you. Now, that's my opinion. You form your own opinion. I'm going to show you everything that led me to my opinion in the video here. Feel free to do additional research. Feel free to form your own opinion. My apologies in advance. I feel like crap. I look like crap. That's because I feel like crap. A little bit sick, but we got to get through this. This is important information. Now, we got the domain lookup here for Strange Adventures. Turns out they started out in 2021. Yes, it is. They do a little to no Pokemon compared to the other aspects of their business, especially if it's not going to be named anything relative to trading cards in general. But 2021, that was the last boom. So if they created the website, if they created the store in 2021, they probably should know. This shouldn't be their first rodeo. If they were selling Pokemon cards back then, if they're selling Pokemon cards now, how distribution works, how it works if you do pre-orders, you gotta know that that product is coming in, but apparently that is not the case. Now, how much of this is deliberate? How much of this is predatory? You guys let me know down below in the comments. So we have sneaky deals with the post here, the awareness post. Thank you to Kitty Puffs for tagging me on that one. Thanks to Awesome James and Seth Smallwood. And thanks to Sunlight JD, who's got this one here. It says, Strange Adventures scummy fake pre-orders that will never be fulfilled, taking thousands plus of people's money and refusing to give it back even if you don't get chosen. So the don't get chosen, or when it's out of your control, I have no problem if a store wants to charge a restocking fee if it's you that cancels, but if it's their fault, no, there should be no fee. Do not take orders for things that you do not have. Do not place pre-orders. Guys, if you're watching this and you don't know this already, do not pre-order items when these game stores do not have their numbers yet. They do not. They got black and white pre-orders up right now. They have no clue how many they're going to get, and we're going to take a look at how many they're probably going to get here in a second. All right, your total, if your order is successfully allocated, the deposit will not be returned under any circumstances, including cancellation or allocation shortfall. So allocation shortfall is not the responsibility of the consumer, and because we're in a desperate, crazy FOMO market, people are going to fall for this. People are going to place an order for something that there's no chance they're going to receive. And especially when they're putting money up front, whether it's a deposit or whether you're paying for the full price of the item. Be very careful. We've seen this song and dance before. We saw it with Dragonfly Games, who was in financial trouble, allegedly. Again, everything in my videos is alleged. But we have Dragonfly Games, who had some financial trouble, took a bunch of pre-orders. That was during the pandemic 3 years ago. I know, time flies when you're having fun. Guess what? They were using those pre-orders as a loan, in my opinion, to pay for their shortcomings on everything else, or for their next orders, their next shipments. They were putting money where it shouldn't be, where it wasn't supposed to be, and it burned them, and it burned customers in the process. Now, we have, on the other hand, this is all the same kind of like Shopify. Take as many pre-orders as you can. Take pre-orders that you're clearly not going to get, that you know you're not going to get, that even as we're going to take a look at today in the many videos that were posted that are comical to somebody that knows what's going on, but predatory to someone that doesn't, in my opinion. We have here Shopify, blow up, sell as many things as you possibly can, and then disappear. Hopefully you get a cash out before you do. Is that a giant headache? Do customers usually get their... Be very careful how you're paying for this stuff as well. But thinking that you're not just tying up your money and going to have to end up charging back whatever purchase you made on a website that has no history. This one here was like a trailer park home in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like there was no room to even put the number of boxes that could potentially be ordered. All right. Now we have the most delusional video, in my opinion, that I have seen in a very long time. So everyone wants to hear it. I'm going to, on the channel here, especially in times where people can't get Pokemon product, everyone wants to hear that they're the victim. Fuck the scalpers. you should be able to order as much as you want. We're fighting for you. I'm for you. I'm for the community, for the kids. And there's a bunch of that in this fucking nonsense that has been posted by Strange Adventures and the owner of. Now let's watch the video here and we'll get into.
To do an update on SBC pre-orders. Just to remind you, this is the set that kind of started everything, and before we really understood what we were getting ourselves into. But then when we did this pre-order and it moved into Destin Rivals, this is what started, you know, our fight with the distributors and trying to get you guys on board and helping us out and doing that and kind of changing the industry. So we found out what our numbers are. We got 0 allocation for Prismatic. When we put this order in, we didn't know what we were doing with Pokemon. We didn't know how much we were going to get.
So they don't know, but all of a sudden they're going to fight for you, though. Don't worry, guys. They're going to fight for you. They got 0 allocation because they hadn't been ordering Pokemon previous to. Even the stores that ordered a bunch of Pokemon are all heavily cut. So, like, guy with the comic book shop that wants to be in Pokemon, that wants to soak pre-orders, that has a 10% restocking fee even if he cancels your order because he can't get any product, which he clearly can't. Surely he would take it off his website. Surely he would stop taking massive pre-orders and not recommend that you order even more.
We didn't know how much we needed, and then obviously it was insane. This is what sparked us wanting to sit with our lawyers. This is what started our conversations with the distributors. We're meeting with our lawyers this week to go over what our options are. We've done some preliminary research. It looks like no store has ever really stood up for the consumer or themselves and tried to combat these large companies, the manufacturers, the distributors, whatever. So we're sitting with them this week to go over what our options are. This pisses you.
So if they are hypothetically in financial trouble to the point that they need to take loans out in the form of taking pre-orders from you, who are never going to receive the product, I don't think they're meeting with lawyers. Again, I could be wrong on this one. The delusion could be more real than the scam here. But this is not looking good.
You off. This pisses us off. This is what adds fuel to the fire of us wanting to go after these people. And this is not okay. So what we need from you is to keep ordering. We will be transparent with you.
Please, for the love of God. It's your hard-earned money. But me personally, I wouldn't have been touching this to begin with. And as soon as I see that it's the pre-orders are open way beyond anyone's, even the largest of Pokemon stores are not going to get the numbers that you can order from these guys. You're not getting the product. Best case, you get a refund. And you gave them a free loan.
Posted video after video showing you. We're going to continue posting videos. We're going to show you the numbers that we're ordering. We're going to show you what the distributors are saying. We're going to show you how much they're telling us that we're going to get until we can figure this out and come up with a solution that works for everybody. Talk about Prismatic.
I guess we can buy a cold brew though. That's the thing. So we got again. In what world do you need people to put their money on the line or to lend you money in order to make a difference? Like, if you want to waste your money, I really hope that the money from this is not going towards lawyers. That would be pretty disgusting. I definitely hope everyone gets a refund. If anyone has been charged that 10% to cancel a pre-order, whether you cancel it or they canceled it, because it's not realistic that they're getting any of this stuff. I don't know if they were just trying to bank on the fact that, hey, we can make it 10% every time. Every time someone places an order, we're never gonna fill it. Who cares? We can just make 10% of whatever the orders are that are coming in. I'm not sure what the scam is here exactly, but it looks scammy. The whole process, it just looks like a grift, in my opinion. All right, so we have the pre-orders here. There isn't a store on the planet that has these numbers. Big box, yes, you can trust. Then the majority of the big box pre-orders, you're going to receive those. The Pokemon Center ones, yes, you're going to receive those. Unless, like my order for Journey Together, gets lost in New Jersey. But Again, Pokemon Center doesn't charge you up front. They charge when they ship the item. You can cancel it at any point before that without being penalized. All right, so what do you guys think? Can we order a fucking 99999? All right, we can spend $5 million. I didn't test to see if we can do more than that. I guess we can. We can just keep infinitely ordering these. There is no chance they're getting the smallest of small fractions of this. And now we have the terms and conditions here that you have to agree to. It no longer says that there's that 10%. So I don't know if they just got my initial impression when people were telling me, hey, these guys are going to cancel your order and charge 10%, and they got absolutely blasted on Twitter. It's like, okay, so like people have it figured out. This is what's going on here. But like now we got this weird double down on, hey, we're gonna stick it to the scalpers and the distributors by you guys putting money into something that you'll never receive. That's my takeaway from this. I don't get it. We have some very, very concerning verbiage here on the terms and conditions. Maybe we'll give it a scroll through just so you guys can pause it if you want to read any of this. But number 5 and number 7 were the most concerning to me. What do we have here? All sales effectuated through the services are considered final and irrevocable. Oh my God, my brain is not working today. Unless expressly stated otherwise in the specific product listing or where required by statutory consumer protections. Refunds and returns shall not be granted for orders originating from bot activity or automated processes, transactions in breach of item limits or this agreement, orders flagged for fraud, risk. So like if it's, can you just flag everything for risk? Like what's the credentials for that? So again, terms are usually in the favor of whoever's writing them up, but like this just seems like a catch-all be-all that like they don't have to, sales are all final and they never have to send anything to you. So we got 9, shipping force majeure and fulfillment delays. We shall not be held liable for delays arising from third-party carrier disruption. Supplier issues. Now, is supplier issues, is that the fact that they're not going to supply you with 8 jillion boxes? Does that count as one? So like again, it's just a straight up don't waste your time, don't bother with this shit. We can go back. We have September 6th 2021. I'm spitting all over the place. Mostly comics, entirely comics. Is the comic business not doing that hot? Maybe is that what we're getting into here? Do they need loans for the comic business? Now, let's take a look at this video here. I want you guys to keep an eye on. Let me know how much Pokemon product is on this table. It's Delusional.
Everybody, just wanted to do a little update. We ordered as much Magic and Pokemon as we could from the distributors of the last couple sets. So well, we wanted to kind of give you
like 5 ETBs,
so
2 booster boxes.
When we get product like this after pre-orders, when the sets are a little bit older, or once pre-orders are done and then we have that new set in shop, once it's been out for a few weeks, we usually try to do maybe like 3 to 4 weeks. Well, then we change from SRP to market value. We usually will look at the market value, kind of average everything out, try to still be under what a lot of shops are at. But I just wanted to let you know that as we continue to do pre-orders and we're only charging SRP, like that is our goal for that. But then this is how shops make a little bit of money and actually continue doing what they do. So for an example with comic books, there's a thing called ratio variance, where if we order 10 of a book, we get 1 of those. 25 of a book, we get 1 of those, 1 in 25, 1 in 10. And so for those, we always charge the ratio. We don't go above like a lot of stores do, but we'll charge $10 or $25. And that's something that helps stores kind of carry on and make a little bit of money and be able to provide stuff for you. So if you guys can order this stuff, again, we'll put it out there, you know, market value, less a little bit, and then we're still working on all the pre-orders. So thank you.
So again, it's just playing into the, oh, we want to do it for market value. Guys, we're here for you. We're doing it for you. This is like an embarrassing amount of Pokemon allocation, because if you never ordered Pokemon before, that's what you're gonna get. You're probably lucky to get the 2 booster boxes, one being Scarlet and Violet base that no one wanted and still kind of doesn't want. What are you doing? How do you even begin to put up the first pre-order for any of this shit when you don't receive anything? Like, there's serious size stores. The thing is, when Pokemon is crazy and people can make money on it, the stores that don't usually hold Pokemon, that don't usually want to sell Pokemon, they all of a sudden want to sell Pokemon. And then that mixed with the accounts that are big with distribution that are ordering other things besides Pokemon, they're going to start ordering Pokemon. And they're going to be like, hey, I'm your biggest account. I need some fucking Pokemon. I can triple my money with that fucking Pokemon shit. Load me up. And then other stores get less. They got to make people happy. It's a terrible system. Because stores are often led along the lines, hey, keep ordering the bad set. Order the Scarlet Violet base when it came out. Order that. I know we're charging you more than you can buy it for on the secondary market, but order more of that. And don't worry, we'll take care of you later when the Prismatics come out and stuff. There's no Prismatic there, but your Journey Together that's gonna tank, that everyone thinks they want, but they don't really want. Linktree, if you want to support me, the Linktree is the best way to do so. Do not send me money. I'd rather you guys click on affiliate links and use codes in order to support the channel. It's the best way to do so. Rather than spending money on me, I'd rather you spend money on the things that you're going to use. Some good value stuff. Do not pre-order way out in advance. Do not FOMO into these new sets. It's going to be okay. Hold in there. You can do it. There's lots of other Pokemon cards to be had. Lots of deals to be had. We got PSA Pikachu, Securus Card Shop. We got the Card Market. Open that in the new tab there. Speaking of singles, we got the Card Market singles. Bye. We got 25 free Dollarinis from Catch 'em All Collectibles. Collector app for tracking your collection. We got a bunch of discount codes for the stuff that I use and recommend. We have a bunch of click before you shop affiliate links in order to support the channel. Card Market. Card Market. Card Market is not going to be okay. I'm not okay. Card Market's not okay. Is it down for maintenance? Down for maintenance. Maybe. All right. All right. Failed ad read rattle. All right. Now we have some comments going on that original video that we took a look at. We have Pokesign calling out saying maybe just don't do pre-orders until you get your allocation numbers. 100%. The only thing that's going to do is, well, I mean, there's the predatory sense that it's a free loan. It's what it's looking like. But there's also just game stores that are going to make a mistake. They're going to be like, oh, we'll only put out this number. We want to sell them beforehand. We want to make that money in advance. Maybe we can get a little bit more money because we're not too many shops are doing it. It's just going to create headaches on both ends. Wait till you get your actual numbers before you do pre-orders. That's it. It's that simple. In a regular standard market, it's less required, but you should still be doing it just in case. In 2025, if you're taking pre-orders before you know exactly how many you're getting, you are shooting yourself in the foot. You're shooting the customer in the foot. And is it on purpose? We'll have to stay tuned and find out. So Strange Adventure says, a distro gives us a window to put in pre-orders from you guys. We don't get allocation numbers until 1 to 2 weeks before release. That's not how that works. At least according from anyone that I've ever spoken to that owns a store that has distribution, you ask them how many you want. That's not for you to take money from customers or to take pre-orders from customers and get a loan. It does not work that way. You cannot do that. And again, it's to the point that like it seems deceptive. It seems like you're doing it on purpose. Yeah, did you not pay attention in 2021? And then you're rinsing and repeating the same mistake here. You have pre-orders actively up on your website that I can put any number into. There might be a maximum number. But I don't think anyone's spending $5 million on product you're not going to get. At least I hope not. They say, we are definitely in talks with our distro, but the system is that they give us a pre-order window. We open it for you guys. We show them your pre-orders. 2 months later, they tell us how much they'll actually give us. So, like, you're trying to convince people. And again, this is, like, not an issue if there's no one that's new enough. There's no one that has seen my videos before. The Shopify website scam. after scam after scam. I don't even remember how many are on the channel, but they just exist. They exist, then they don't exist. They take pre-orders that they're never going to get, then they don't exist. Same thing. Or it's a struggling store in trouble financially, and they need some loans. And the new uninformed people are going to provide those loans. So they say, for anyone being charged for SPC, we are in the process of issuing refunds to everyone that ordered. It looks like people are being charged because of a date set in pre-order system. So I don't understand, like, sometimes people are charged, sometimes they're not charged. There's some people that said that they were charged, but their friends weren't, or vice versa. I don't even know. I don't know if they know what's going on. It's an absolute shit show. So here, Dave LaRock says, site says our deposits are non-refundable. Feeling like I just got scammed for sure on the black and white SMH. And here we got a reply, says, we hear you. We're making some changes based on all the feedback we're receiving, and we'll have an update announcement regarding that in the coming days. So, like, and that's not even, it doesn't even need to be the 10% for it to be a scam. If you just know you're not going to get that product and you're taking out loans from pre-orders, it's still a scam. You're selling something that you know you're never going to receive. Toaster 4000 says, sorry, I had to cancel my black and white pre-order with my 10% non-refundable deposit. Enjoy the donation to your cause, or pocket it since it's free money. Not thrilled with how the Prismatic SPC was handled. I emailed twice before this post with no response and still have not heard back. Then got a cancellation email with no explanation and had to find out what happened through social media. Best of luck moving forward, but you have lost a local customer. So it's not just local customer, it's not just any customers. Please be informed on this stuff as much as you can. If you're new, take time to learn this stuff. Reach out to somebody and ask them, hey, is it a good idea if I order from this website that they have little to do with Pokemon? You can scroll through their entire Instagram, and there's a handful of posts about Pokemon. But do you think can they open unlimited pre-orders on the most desirable stuff that's going to be triple MSRP on release? No one else can get it, but they can, right? People are going to say, no, that's dumb. Do not do that. Anyone that knows what they're doing. So they reply, so sorry to hear that. We'll definitely could have handled things better with B&W. Our DMs and emails have been swamped since our initial drop of SPC. Sorry for the delay in response. We're making some changes based on all the feedback we are receiving, and we'll have an update announcement regarding that in the coming days. So, like, what are you even doing? Just give it up. We got Bang 760 OC, who gives me the old tag, says please look into these people. And Strange is going to say, slide through, hit us up for a call, and we're open to speaking with you. I don't know if I need to speak with them, but they're welcome to speak with me if they would like to. I don't know. I'm probably going to clarify everything in the video here. We got Matt saying we need a video right away, Rattle. Let's talk. What are we going to talk about? The fact that, like, you shouldn't be doing this? I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. Again, I don't want to talk circles. I don't know if I can handle you saying that you're for the community and for the kids and just trying to get people their product when you have no chance of getting this product. It seems deceitful. We'll say that. We have Hash Thrash saying Rattle needs to do a video on these clowns. He should make one for TCG. I'm not sure about TCD. Just district clip that too. Charges but doesn't send product out. Yeah, it's the same song and dance. It's the same as the pandemic. It's the same as we've seen many times with pre-orders that are never going to happen. We have a Pokey NE, of course, is once again being a pussy wussy coward. He's going to say, I'm not going to say the name or even show the video. Just talk about it. Can't be getting sued. So, again, he's not going to make the informative video that should exist that tells you, hey, what are you doing if you're sinking your money into this stuff? and mention the store name so that when somebody looks up, is the store reputable? Should I be strangely ordering a bunch of stuff that doesn't exist? That's not going to come up, but it will with the YouTube video here in question. Now, what do we got here? We got more videos. We got Destin Rival pre-order update. Let's listen to more of this nonsense. I think it's important that we have it all documented. Let's give it the old refresh.
Limited pre-orders for Destin Rivals. All right, hey, wanted to do an update on...
So I don't know why is the unlimited in quotations? It's clearly very unlimited. Just because he ended it at a certain point, we can go type whatever numbers in. Why? What is the benefit to that?
Pre-orders for Destin Rivals.
I mean, I think we know what the benefit is, but
we put it in our pre-orders last week. We still don't know allocation. Should be a couple more weeks, and then we'll update everybody again. For anybody that's looking to still do a refund, we sent out an email. You have the ability to go in there and do a refund yourself. We're going to send out another email with a walkthrough. It's really simple, but we'll detail everything out there to make it even easier for everybody. We also went through and canceled orders for suspected bot purchases.
So here's more like, oh, we're fighting the bots, guys. Don't worry. And this is what new people want to hear. This is what people that don't know what the fuck is going on, they want to hear, like, oh, the evil bots. I'm going to the store that fights the evil bots. Fuck the bots. Just don't buy from the secondary market, and just don't buy from the game stores currently. If you need to pick something up, big box, and do not wait in line at big box. Join the Discord, free notifications, click on some stuff. If you happen to get a few things, you get a few things. Pokemon Center specifically, but even then, Pokemon Center and big box stores are not usually the best price, and they're not going to be the best price in the future. Prediction alert.
If you were a part of that and you weren't a bot, I'm sorry, there's processes in Shopify that are out of our control that when orders come through, they basically will get flagged as a bot or a system.
So here, remember how it was non-refundable, how there was no cancellation, it was final sale if it was flagged as concerning or bot purchases or whatever. Here he's saying that there are false flags. So guess what? What does it take to get a false flag?
Suspicious order. Some questions that we've had where people are asking.
And the thing is, it doesn't even matter because the bots can't buy from you either. The people can't buy from you, and the bots can. You can cancel everything that you think is possibly a botted order because you're not getting any allocation to begin with. Like you have nothing to sell. We saw the table. The fucking 2 booster boxes of not even, well, I guess there was one journey together. You got 1 booster box of the new set.
Or we did unlimited
or at least that you showed.
Destin Rivals. We didn't. We are given pre-order.
Oh my god. So this is painful, guys.
Pre-orders for Destin Rivals.
Usually
we put up pre-orders and we suspect that they're going to go for a few weeks. We'll get our orders in like normal. This was kind of a different scenario. We're not leaving them open forever, but the first video that we did where we addressed what we're trying to do to change the industry, this is part of that. If the orders start getting massive like they did this last time, we're gonna start, we'll cut them off after 24 hours. But we also need that data to take to the distributors to show them what's going on, and we'll show you the responses that we're getting from them. For the people that see what we're about and have given us praise for that, thank you. We're a small team in one store and we're trying our best. Okay, and then what do you want to touch on? Distributor, no, that did that. And then, we got to do we did unlimited pre-orders.
So again, it's going to feed into, this is what new people want to hear. They want to hear that the bots are being stopped, the scalpers are being stopped, that they want to get you as much. It's the distributor's fault. It's everyone's fault. We're going to get it for you. We're going to help you out. Just keep ordering. Please don't. If you value your time and money, I'm recommending that you don't. In my opinion, again, if you want to dump money into this under the very unlikely situation that they get allocation and send it your way. All right, what do we got here? We got one from back in April. Pokemon is broken, he's gonna play pinball.
Broken. Really just wanted to touch on what is going on with Pokemon versus other TCGs with distributors. We have multiple distributors. If we're ordering 20 products, we're ordering that from every single distributor with the hopes that we're going to get all of those, because we know it's not going to happen with Pokemon. So with other
So you know it's not going to happen, but you opened it up to the point that anyone can order as much as they want to not get. And then the 10% thing on top of it, and then the like terms and conditions where you can just non-refundable final sale.
TCGs and D&D and comic books and everything else we order, we get exactly what we order. And that's because we're putting those orders in within that cutoff window. When it comes to Pokemon, usually that's the case too. But when the demand is so high every few years, like it is right now, it's not guaranteed.
Wait, so he knows that he's not going to get it. He knows that it's not guaranteed, but he's taking those orders. He's taking your money, taking your deposits anyway. And he knows, he refers to the every few years or every so often. Guess what? Yeah, pandemic. Same shit. Same shit happened. Same shady pre-order situations as we're seeing right now.
So what we're trying to do is figure out what is going on. Are these distributors doing, backdoor deals to get online like scalpers and influencers and some stores all the product that they need, and then everybody else has to suffer? That's part of it. The other issue is scalping. It's insane right now, and I mean, people are.
There it is, guys. The S word. He's anti-scalper, so you must be able to trust him.
Literally getting hurt. No one's getting.
And he doesn't want you to get hurt.
Product. I mean, like, I feel bad that kids can't get this stuff, and an adult.
Oh, for the kids, we're hitting all the marks here.
It's that you grew up with Pokemon,
and the
deserve to get the product too. What we're trying to do is take in as many orders as possible and show the distributors the demand for the product at SRP. Again, we're selling at SRP. We're not selling at the inflated market value.
Every store would love to go back to being able to order more and sell it for less and sell it for MSRP. If they could just get as much as they wanted, if they could just do pre-orders, if they could have people that are buying this stuff, if they could order as much as they want to have on their shelf for later on, they would all love to do that. This is no different than any other store. But the other stores are not, for the most part, taking pre-orders that they won't be able to fill. We have shady stores that cancel pre-orders because the price goes up on the product. We have shady customers that cancel pre-orders because the price comes down on the product. It's just a whole tricky dicky mess. And it's best if you wait until you get the actual numbers right before release. You sell the product. They accept it. They take the product. If you want to charge a restocking fee to cover the transaction fees involved, you do that. But that's it. No, how in the world? Infinite. It's the biggest number that you can possibly put into your website. The same that we did on the video here. The distributor knows that everyone wants Pokemon when it's expensive. And yes, everyone wants to have a jillion boxes. Everyone would love to be the store that can be the hero. But it's not real. It's not going to happen. You're not going to just, I'm selling it cheaper than my competition. So can you just send me all the boxes? Can you send me more of the boxes? It's not going to happen. There is shady stuff that's going to happen at distribution. There's stuff that's going to be stolen. Distribution, transit, print facility, all of that stuff. There's going to be some shady deals that go on. There's going to be some stuff that's meant to be shipped overseas but ends up on a whatnot stream before the set comes out. It's just going to happen. But this is why do people need to pre-order from you? In order, everyone knows that every store that orders Pokemon wants more Pokemon. That's not news to them. That's not news to you. That's not news to anyone that knows what the hell's going on here.
That would be a whole different story. But because we want to sell the most product to the most people at the price that it should be, That's why we're having this issue. We also own a marketing and advertising agency that works with large companies and also does sales with them. So we're utilizing that and our legal team to kind of look over everything and figure this problem out with us and a solution. Other TCGs are doing it a little bit better. One Piece is one of them that, people complain that, hey, I'm ordering this product and it doesn't come out for 6 to 8 months. What's nice about that though is if we get our orders in, we're not getting allocated for that. We're gonna get that product because they are printing, once they see the demand per set. Pokemon prints months and months and months ahead of time and then sells out to the distributors, and then they don't care about it after that. They've made their money, they go from there, and then the distributors try to make their money, and they're selling to top 5% of accounts, like somebody that gives them some of the, a little bit of the money behind the scenes. I don't know, but that's what we're working on figuring out. The way that you guys can help, again, is still order with us. But we take that data, we give it to the distributors and to our lawyers and to everybody else, and we're going to figure it out. So stay with us. We'll keep updating everybody. If you get a chance, play some Star Wars pinball because it's really fun.
So enough pinball. The issue, it is a flawed system. It is entirely a flawed system. People who are ordering Pokemon on a regular basis, when the downtimes are down, the pricing, all the bundling crap, there are many issues with distribution, and those are all very visible, and you can just go talk to game stores and find out exactly what those are. Now, ordering extra so that he can bring them to his lawyers and he can bring them to distribution is not that. What is that? That's not accomplishing anything. That's not what's going on here. Making it public information, showing people the issues with this stuff, sometimes, like we saw with Walmart and MJ, and them not selling at super crazy marked up prices. Did that do anything? Maybe that made some changes on the back end. We'll never know, because the Pokemon company is not going to come out and say like, hey, yeah, MJ, they got a slap on the fanny for that one, and now they're not going to do it anymore. They haven't been doing it. It's a temporary thing too, but the problem is the swings, the ups and the downs. It's bad for a game store. I don't even know if I want to call this a game store. This seems more like a comic book shop than a game store. And it's weird that his battle is with the shitty market when there's money to be made in the market, or when there's a weird scenario where you're really desperate to get as many orders as possible on stuff that's never going to be delivered. Now, he complains about the system where Pokemon, you can't order 6 months in advance to tell them how much you want so they can give you exactly how much you want. Usually not an issue, but also the Pokemon company will reprint things that are too expensive. I love Vivid Voltage. We can go back to even when they were still around in 2021 with Vivid Voltage. I'm not sure exactly when the reprints hit, but that was a $300 booster box. Does it sound familiar? What's Surging Sparks right now? They reprinted it. The ETBs, the Surging, or not Surging Sparks, the Vivid Voltage ETBs, like they printed the living dick out of those things. Those were on shelves forever. Maybe not forever. They're not anymore, but at this point in time, when it's 5 years later or whatever, not 5 years later, 4 years later, 4 years later, I'm not sure when the reprints were for those, but they existed. Roaring Skies, we got to go back before the pandemic. It's all going to get a reprint. They know it needs to be reprinted. When it is reprinted, the stores will be able to get more. It does suck for the stores, especially the ones that are primarily Pokemon that are getting shafted, because then they got to mark the stuff up because they're getting a fraction of what they want, because Comic Book Shop all of a sudden wants Pokemon cards. So he gets his, 2 booster boxes, one shitty old one and one one that no one wanted, and one from the new set. But this is not, I don't know what this battle is. The battle seems like a farce in order to debate pre-orders. You do not need to. If this is your life battle that you want to take, you want to show the distributors what's up, this is not the answer. Soaking pre-orders that are never going to be filled is not how you do it. So if that's the delusion, if you think you're going to make a difference compared to the stores that have been ordering for years, who have surely been very vocal about how they're not getting enough product, how the system is flawed. Distribution is flawed. I think the Pokemon Company needs to be doing it themselves rather than outsourcing to the several distributors across the, like several, there's quite a few in the United States. There's only a couple in Canada. All right, what do we got going on here?
Recently for any Pokemon sets
Journey
or
Together.
Magic the Gathering, especially Pokemon Dust and Rivals this week. We just wanted to address you. We are a real store. We're in Arizona, in Tempe. We're a locally owned, family-owned business. We have
Dragonfly was a real store that we looked at earlier.
recently started to open up Shopify pre-orders. The level of engagement has gone off the charts. We have been working with the distributors recently, and this has really driven home what we're trying to do, essentially trying to sell all of the products at SRP. We believe that you, the consumer, should get the products that you want at the suggested retail price, not at inflated, crazy values. Essentially, how this all works, though, is the distributor is allocated a certain amount from the manufacturers, and then they allocate that product to stores based on their order history. Since we're a newer store, we get a little bit less than other stores, but no one is getting the product that they want. So we are pushing the distributors and the manufacturers to get enough to,
Like, no one is getting what they want is like, just like he's saying the quiet part out loud. Like,
all of the stores so that we can get them out to the consumers. The way that you can help us is by ordering more product, by having a loud voice, positive one if possible, and helping us help you get the product. It's gonna take some time, take effort, and we wanna do that for you. So we are a small store, big ideas. We are slowly expanding out, and we want to be here in the long run to help you get the product that you want. In the next few days, we'll continue to do videos and keep you updated. Oh, refunds. If we don't get enough product during the allocation period, which is usually a couple weeks before the set releases, you 100% will get a refund from us. If you have questions,
you won't get a, so the wording there, you'll get 100% get a refund, but will you get 100% of your money?
or if you would like a refund now or at that time, please reach out to preorders@strangeadv.com. If you have
The thing is too, they complained about being swamped with like messages on previous sets and pre-orders and everything else, but like, what do you expect? You take a bunch of pre-orders that are not going to get filled. There's zero chance that they're all going to get filled. There's zero chance that even half of them get filled. If you open that up and you show us a table with the like piddly little couple Pokemon products that you got, or even if you were heavily buying into Pokemon beforehand, none of those stores are going to just open up the floodgates. And it doesn't matter. You could open that for 24 hours and there's still going to be new people that are dumb enough to just put a large quantity in there. All right, so we can take a look back. We'll take a little peekaroo we got in 2022. Other than these recent posts when Pokemon is hot shit Honda, we got June 26th is how far you need to go back, where they mention Pokemon and that they have play events in the store themselves. Again, you just scroll through their Instagram. It's not a Pokemon store. They might carry Pokemon. Maybe they had Pokemon. Maybe they were ordering some amount of Pokemon in the deader of dead times. But be careful out there, guys. Again, it seems like the same song and dance with a little extra twist on top that's trying to coax you into spending money on something that you're never going to receive. Take care. See you next time.